Welcome back to Sasha Said What She Said, where real life, medical bills, job benefits, family drama, money confusion, and the fine print finally get explained without making your head hurt. Before we jump in, make sure you like, share, and comment. Send this to somebody who keeps saying, I need to get my life insurance together. But somehow that conversation keeps getting pushed behind groceries, gas, kids, work, and everything else. Because today, baby, we are asking a question nobody wants to ask. What happens to my family if I die tomorrow? I know. That question is heavy. That question walks in the room and changes the temperature. But let's be honest, avoiding the question does not protect your family. It only leaves them guessing if something happens. And let me say this up front. This episode is for educational purposes only. This is not legal, financial, medical, or insurance advice. Every family is different. Every policy is different. Every state has different rules. Always speak with a licensed insurance professional, financial professional, or estate planning attorney before making decisions. Now let's get into it. Most people do not think they are going to die soon. We say things like, I'm young, I'm healthy, I'll do it later, I don't have enough money right now, I already have a little policy at work, my family will figure it out. God forbid. And yes, God forbid. But preparation is not a lack of faith. Preparation is love with paperwork. Because if something happens to you tomorrow, your family may have to answer questions while grieving. Who pays for the funeral? Where is the life insurance policy? Who is the beneficiary? Is the policy still active? Is there enough coverage? Who pays the rent or mortgage? Who takes care of the children? What happens to the car note, credit cards, bank accounts, and bills? Does anybody know where the documents are? And baby, grief is already heavy. We do not need grief carrying a clipboard, a password reset, and a missing policy too. Let's start with the basics. Life insurance is designed to provide money to your beneficiary when you pass away, as long as the policy is active and the claim is approved. That money is called a death benefit. Depending on the situation, your beneficiary may use that money for funeral costs, bills, mortgage, rent, childcare, debt, groceries, education, or just breathing room while they figure out what life looks like without you. And let me say something important. Life insurance is not just for people with big houses, big money, or big estates. Life insurance is for the people who love somebody. It is for the people who have children. It is for the people who pay bills. It is for the people who help family. It is for the people who do not want their loved ones trying to raise money while planning a funeral. Because GoFundMe is not a life insurance plan. I said what I said. Now, can people help in emergencies? Yes. Can family pull together? Sometimes. But your family should not have to post your picture online and explain your death to strangers just to bury you or keep the lights on. Let's look at two case studies. Case study 1, Monique, the working mother. Monique is 39 years old. She has 2 children, ages 8 and 13. She works full-time, has health insurance through her job, and she has a small life insurance policy through work. Monique is responsible. She pays her bills. She takes her kids to school. She helps her mother when she can. She is tired, but she is handling life. And like many people, Monique says, I have life insurance at work. I'm good. But here is where we need to pause. Job life insurance can be helpful, but sometimes it is only 1 times your salary, 2 times your salary, or a small amount. Sometimes it is not portable if you leave the job. Sometimes people do not know how much they have. Sometimes they never update the beneficiary. So Monique has a policy, but she has not looked at it in years. Then, unexpectedly, Monique passes away. Now her family is grieving, but they also have immediate questions. How much is the funeral? Who has access to her documents? Who is listed as the beneficiary? Is the beneficiary still the right person? Is there enough money for the kids? Who helps with rent? Who pays the car note? Who handles school clothes, food, childcare, and daily life? And this is where a small policy may help, but it may not be enough. Let's say Monique had $25,000 in life insurance through work. That sounds like a lot until the funeral, final expenses, household bills, childcare needs, and family transition costs start lining up at the door. That $25,000 may help, but what happens after that? Her children still need support. The rent still comes. The car insurance still comes. School expenses still come. Groceries still come. Life keeps moving, even when the family is heartbroken. So the question is not just, do I have life insurance? The better question is, do I have enough life insurance for the people who depend on me? And that number is different for everybody. Some people need enough for burial only. Some need enough to cover debt. Some need enough to replace income for years. Some need enough to help raise children. Some need enough to protect a mortgage. Some need enough to help a spouse breathe while they rebuild. This is why you need a real review, not a guess, because I think I have something is not a plan. That is a mystery, and your family does not need a mystery when they are mourning. Now let's talk about another issue, beneficiaries. If Monique listed her sister as beneficiary 10 years ago, but now she wants the money to go to her children through the right legal structure, she needs to update that. If she listed an X and never changed it, that can create a mess. If she named a minor child directly without understanding how that works, that can create delays or court involvement. Beneficiaries matter. Do not set them and forget them like an old crock pot. Review them when life changes. Marriage, divorce, new baby, death in the family, family conflict, new job, new policy, or major financial change. Now let's go to case study 2. Case study 2, Mr. Anthony, the husband and homeowner. Mr. Anthony is 56 years old. He is married. He owns a home with his wife. He has adult children from a previous relationship and one younger child still at home. He works hard. He pays bills. He handles a lot for the family. But Mr. Anthony does not like talking about death. Every time his wife brings it up, he says, "Why you talking like that? I'm not going anywhere." Baby, that is not an estate plan. That is a sentence. Now, Mr. Anthony has some life insurance, but nobody knows where the policy is. He thinks he bought something years ago, but he is not sure if it is still active. He also has a mortgage, a truck payment, credit cards, and a small business account. Then Mr. Anthony dies unexpectedly. Now the family is grieving, but confusion shows up fast. His wife is trying to find policies. The children are asking questions. Bills are still due. The mortgage company still expects payment. The funeral home needs decisions. The bank needs documents. Everybody has opinions. Nobody has paperwork. And let me tell you something. Family can be loving at the repast and fighting by Tuesday if the paperwork is missing. I'm not saying your family will act up. I'm just saying grief, money, property, and confusion can bring out a side of people that nobody ordered. This is why life insurance, wills, beneficiaries, property documents, and conversations matter. If Mr. Anthony had a clear life insurance plan, updated beneficiaries, organized documents, and instructions his wife could find, the family would still grieve, but they might not have to scramble as much. That is the goal. Life insurance does not remove the pain. It does not replace the person. It does not fix the heartbreak, but it can help reduce financial chaos. And financial chaos during grief is a whole different kind of pain. Now, let's talk about common mistakes people make with life insurance. Mistake number 1, thinking life insurance is only for burial. Burial is important, but your family may need more than funeral money. They may need income replacement, mortgage protection, childcare support, debt coverage, or transition money. Mistake number 2, depending only on work coverage. Work coverage can be helpful, but ask, how much is it? Can I keep it if I leave the job? Is the beneficiary updated? Is it enough? Mistake number 3, waiting too long. Life insurance is often easier to get when you are younger and healthier. If you wait until after a serious diagnosis, the options may change. Mistake number 4, not telling anybody where the policy is. Do not make your family go on a scavenger hunt through drawers, old emails, storage bins, and passwords. Mistake number 5, not updating beneficiaries. Your beneficiary should match your current life, not your life from 2009. Mistake number 6, having no plan for the children. If you have minor children, talk to an attorney about guardianship, wills, trusts, and how money should be handled if something happens to you. Do not just hope people do the right thing. Put your wishes in writing the right way. Now, here are the questions nobody wants to ask, but everybody needs to answer. Number 1, if I died tomorrow, who would be financially affected? Number 2, how much would my funeral and final expenses cost? Number 3, would my family be able to pay rent, mortgage, groceries, childcare, and bills without my income? Number 4, do I have life insurance outside of work? Number 5, is my work life insurance enough? And can I keep it if I leave the job? Number 6, who is my beneficiary? And is that person still the right person? Number 7, does my family know where my policy, passwords, bank information, and important documents are? Number 8, if I have children, who would care for them? And how would money be managed for them? Number 9, do I need term life, permanent life, final expense insurance, or a combination? Number 10, have I spoken to a licensed professional to review my real needs? And let me say this, there is no shame if you do not know the answers today. The shame is not in being unprepared. The danger is staying unprepared after you know better. Start simple. Find what you have. Check your beneficiary. Look at your coverage amount. Ask if it is enough. Put your documents in one place. Tell the right person where to find them. Talk to a licensed insurance professional. Talk to an estate planning attorney if you need legal documents. Do not leave your family guessing, because the question is not just, what happens if I die? The question is, what happens to the people I love if I die? That is why this conversation matters. Life insurance is not about being negative. It is about being responsible. It is not about planning to die. It is about making sure your family can live. It is love with a beneficiary form. It is peace with a policy number. It is care with instructions. It is one more way of saying, even if I am not here, I thought about you. This has been Sasha Said What She Said, where we laugh, learn, and talk about the fine print before life starts acting brand new. Before we go, like, share, and comment. Tell me, if something happened tomorrow, would your family know what to do? And remember, nobody wants to ask what happens if they die tomorrow. But baby, love asks the hard questions before grief has to.